Welcome to the very first podcast from Team Maximus, and the series name is Porsche With No Breaks. In this podcast, we bring you inspiring stories from the individual whose courage and determination lights up our team every day. Tune in and be inspired, no time wasted, real stories from real people.
Before we get started, can you tell me, is this something you've done before?
No, the interview in terms of this kind of things, no, not yet.
What was the reason you agreed to be on camera today?
To inspire people, I think Maximus is doing a very good job in terms of motivating people. So I want to be a part of it. I think Saddam is one of the persons, the main key person of Maximus. So I think he's motivating a lot of people. So one of the reasons, only because of Saddam, I'm doing an interview.
That's our main goal, to inspire other people
Yes.
and take something away from us. What does your day look like? How do you usually spend this time of the day?
So usually every week, 4 days I go in the morning sites, and then second half usually in the office, and evenings is all about therapy, and even early in the mornings is therapy with Saddam. So it's like a scheduled work flow, and Sundays are off. Usually Sundays I go for a drive or hang out with my family.
This tells me that you have very well organized your day and balanced between work, therapy, even having your own time, spending time with others. We have a patient at Maximus who wonders, or who would like to ask you for your advice on this. He has had an injury 19 years ago, a cervical spinal cord injury. From the time of injury, he didn't really focus on recovery or rehabilitation. His main goal was to go on with his career as a voiceover artist.
For 15 years.
For 15 years. It took him, it has been past 3 years that he's actually prioritizing therapy and trying to have goals with his physical abilities now. And his question to you today is, how do you prioritize work and therapy? Or is it okay to choose one over the other?
See, usually the doctor says about 1.5 years, 2 years is a very important period for recovery. But I've seen patients after 10 years getting recovery also. So the point is that you should have a balance of therapy and your work. So this is a long-term medicine, which it takes a lot of time to heal. So or get into shape. So you require both, like therapy and your work, because it gives you not to sit in a room, and also make sure that it's a long-term goal in terms of achieving both the things. Yeah.
Have you heard the myths like go get a massage, you will get legs and all something?
See, when there's a spinal cord injury, I didn't know when I met with an accident that this is a spinal cord injury. It will take so much of time. So my mother used to always saying that one, you have to keep trying all kinds of myths or traits, whatever it is there. So keep trying until unless you achieve one of the things. So I have also gone through those kind of phases in terms of going to massages, going to some doctor which is in Mysore, or doing some kind of other kind of stuffs and all those things. So you'll come to an extent, you'll get to know the results by within 2 months to 3 months, whether it is really working or it is not really working. So, but I would say physical therapy and rehabilitation is the only thing which you can be able to gain back, and also you can keep your muscles intact. You don't get your muscle
Waste.
Yeah. So I feel this is the only ways you can have to keep continuing until unless there are research which comes into says that there's a actual curable for spinal cord injuries.
This brings me to ask you, as a physiotherapist, I'm curious to know what happens if you take a small break. You happen to miss therapy for a few days. What changes do you notice in your body?
Yeah. So sometimes you're sick. Sometimes you're not feeling like doing a workout. Sometimes you feel low. So sometimes it's always great to take a break, and it's not like you need to work on like 7 days rehabilitation and all those things. So in terms of that, what will happen is your spasms are a little more if you don't work out for 2 days or 3 days. So if you work on the spasms, I think that's more than enough in terms of be in shape. So what I would request you is at least do a small leg exercises so that you don't have a lot of spasms coming to picture when you sit and all those things. But I've not worked out for a week or 15 days when I had a infections and all those things. So nothing happened. Nothing actually happened. But you can restart again. You can restart again. Yeah.
Okay. Tell us something about yourself or how you were before the injury.
Hmm. Same as today. Only
Okay.
thing except walking.
Okay.
So my schedule of before was completely work,
Mhm.
work and family, friends. These are the three things which I used to be very give importance to.
Hmm.
Now also I give the more importance to work, family, and friends. So it's nothing changed except you have to adapt to certain things, so that you have to move on in your life so that nothing is stopping you.
That day, what if you won't have go outside? So do you think
See,
going that's outside on that day is
I
bad
would
option?
say I would say it's all about destiny and fate. So either if that day was not gone, maybe the other day would have happened. So it's not like you should not be cribbing for what has happened. Oh, because of that bike, I was not able to walk. But that doesn't mean that I have to throw away the bike. It's not the bike's fault. It's my fault. I still have the bike. I still keep it.
Yes.
So it's not about that. So it's all about you have to move. So whatever happens, it's like okay, you got into something, move on to a positive way. That's the point of view what you're looking at.
So how long it took to you to come out of the home, seeing the society? Because why
Yes.
I'm asking this question is like there is a young, spinal cord injury patient in clinic. So what happened is he took 2 years to come out and expose himself to the sunlight. So he never came. He was in the walls. So how long it took to you to come out?
To open up the this thing, I would say see it's my initial stages of coming up. Like I was doing a project which is under my name as a separate contract, and then it was my first project as a development project which I was doing. I was completed half. Both of them I completed half, and if I'm not there to go back to sites, it was a very big thing. I have to go back to site and have a look at it. Uh, that made me go
Step
and
out.
step out. I went out on the fourth month, saying my team saying that I have to be in the site, make sure my wheelchair goes into every single places to go into pictures.
Hmm.
So that gave my team also gave me a support. If sir is coming to the site, why not? Why not? Can't we able to do those skills? So they helped me out in terms of going to the entire site, which was half completed there. Another half project which was not even didn't have a lift also. Then we made sure the lift came into picture. The construction was not still happening. Then we finished the lift. I used to use the lift to go about those things. And then in terms of that made me to go to the sites, especially to the sites than say being in the office. The first when I went to the site, it was just a meeting to my team saying that I have to be in the site. So that's how you have to come out. If you have some kind of a goal which has to be there, which is half finished, so I have to go back and work.
So what are the obstacles you faced, or what are the modifications you have done after the injury?
See, everywhere you need to adapt. So you're staying in India, you have to adapt to things which is possible. So even today, I can't go to the sites which is in construction where the roof works is happening. So what I adapted to making sure is that I send one of my team members with the video. I sit in an office. I make sure that the things are going fine, and they're following the quality checklist and all those things. And every week we do a review meeting about what works the site team is doing and progress of the targets and all those things. So it's not about if you can't go, you have another person who can help you out to show things. Today's in a world we are in a technology where you can do a lot of things.
Exactly.
I have about 4 WhatsApp groups, 4 project which is currently running. So they give me updates about every 10 minutes. And then you have CCTV cameras, which overall looks at it, like what is happening here in this position, what is happening in that position. So you are completely single point. But only sometimes I feel, no, you should have been there teaching the team and all those things. That's the only thing which holds me back. But to that extent, we are solving all kinds of issues. Yeah.
It's nice. See, when I was discussing the same thing, because I don't want this interview to be, to be personal or else from only Maximus team perspective of questions like that. So I started asking some neurophysios, and when I was telling that what are all the things you are able to do, they said he's having money and he's financially, well established. That's the reason he can do those things. So that's what they are telling. So how do you want to respond to these things?
See, I would only say that money is the next part of it. One is passion towards the work. Uh, See, people, yes, do understand. When I was doing the first project is only a 3 crores tender value for three years. I have completed half of the project, and half is still left out. That's how I started my work. Then, with my help of my dad, he's the person who gave me that contract with uh, at least to make sure that I'm individually working without the support of my father or some other else. So I would always say that you should have your own passion towards work and do things. That is how you can able to achieve things. But if in terms of you're connecting it through money, I would say is that I have not been this thing. I'm still in the progress of achieving my goals. So it's not like a phase saying that I can get everything. No, today also I'm not able to get certain things. I know there is a lot of things which we can able to in terms of money you can buy things and all this stuff, but it's not possible. So everyone has their own limitations in terms of doing things. So we are going in a phase of life. Just adapt to things, and you can if you have a passion to dream, that's more enough. You can do a lot of things.
Yeah. So I would like to know, thing going through spinal cord injury is a life altering change. Has it made any difference on how people look at you, or do people look at you with more?
Yeah, the pity and simplicity was there, always there. Looking at, okay, uh, but I am not into it. I don't like to be
That
pitied or simply pitied. If someone tried to help me, also I'll say, let me do my work. Uh, I've gone through that phase, and now people around me, they don't see me like that. So this thing. So I restrict myself. I People around me got to know that, okay, he knows what to do. So let's not show that sympathy or pityness and all this.
empowering, because people sometimes get stuck to comfort of being sympathized with, and they don't know how to push out of their comfort zone. This thing that you said, that you always gave it a try, to make sure you made an effort to do it first. If you need help, you can ask.
Yes.
That's always empowering for others. That's great. Okay.
What kind of role your family actually supported, like your dad, mom, your sisters?
I would say is that they are the most important pillars where I'm staying today. Without them, I'm not here. To tell you the truth. The day of accident, third day of the accident, when I come outside this thing, I didn't know I have okay, I'm not able to walk. The doctors, once I had an interview, they said 6 months of recovery. I was shocked. What 6 months of recovery and all those things? But today is fourth year. My mom was the one first thing she said, "Don't worry, you will gain back your whatever is required to gain back." My father is was like he was to the next level, supporting me in terms of making sure that those things, that those kind of negative talks was there outside the society, or if you look at the doctors what they say, nothing had come to me, not even one single thing that empowered me to make sure saying that, okay, this is what I have to come back again.
Exactly. See, what I want to say is like to the people who are watching this, sometimes family support, okay, it is very important because when I sit in my consultation room, when I talk with them, what they will tell is like, sir, initial stage it was really good, but nowadays our own parents, they started talking, negative. If the parents don't help also, that is fine to a spinal cord injury patient, but when it comes to a small negative talk from the family side, that actually breaks the patient. they don't actually feel bad when they lost their legs, hands, whatever it is. But when the family said something, okay, that breaks them. That's where they start feeling low and all. Glad you don't have that
Yes,
kind
yes.
of things.
Though, no, in terms of my family support, if you look at it, uh, every Sundays I used to go out in terms of having an ice cream and all those things. Uh, if you look at, I stopped going that because I was not able to drive. I was not able to go there. My sister, two of the sisters also say, make sure that you have to come
Come
outside.
out with us.
Come. I'll drive the car. You said. So that's how made to support. I got the support from entire family.
Yeah.
And if you look at my sisters to my work staff to every single person. So if you look at, even if I can't able to turn a page, they're next to me, making sure that I can turn a page and sign a document or something like that. That's the support you require. If that kind of a positivity is there, you can achieve a lot of things.
That's good.
This comes up with because family sometimes expects you to show results. This lack of support comes with, hey, it's been 3 months, it's been 4 months, we are still doing this. Where are the results? I think that kind of undue pressure brings the patient into rather demotivation and then pushes them back, leads to like not having progress in therapy or physical abilities.
Yes, the spinal cord injury, it's a miracle. Some people get 6 months recovery, some
Right.
people get 1 year recovery, some people take 10 years to recover.
Correct.
So you should be positive. You can't be saying that okay, same C5 C6 patient, there's a recovery of in Maximus within 1.5 years. My mom used to ask me like, how come he's got, how come you've not got?
Right.
See, every injury is completely different. If you look at his injuries are partial,
Correct.
mine might be full,
Correct.
and my report says something else. His ability to do things is different. My ability to do these things is different.
Right.
Even in C5 C6, you have a lot of patients who have good. The people have good triceps and people have good finger movements. So those things are the very important things. Every patient is completely different in spinal cord injury.
Right.
So that's you have to take it, and you have to be the person to explain to your parents, saying that this will take time,
Correct.
and it's not a phase where it will complete or it will finish by this year, so this many years.
You cannot put a clock on it.
Yeah.
We really have to be patient, understand that comparison is not the way to go about this. Correct.
There'll be obviously pressure as you're very young, you're just around 30 32 in between, right? So you'll have a pressure from your family or as friends or someone like getting marriage, having kids and all. So there are lots of options to do those things. So what's your call on that?
See, I would always say is that you should when you look at marriage, you should find a good partner. One is that a partner who understands the issues of spinal cord injury and also understands the pros and cons, not the issues, I would say, pros and cons of spinal cord injury. And then there are a lot of ways. There are a lot of ways to have kids. It's not like you can't. People say you can't have kids and all those things. I've seen people. When I met with an injury, I'm into research. I did research about only C5 C6 patients, how they can able to have kids, and I've been following people. Today they have 4 triplets, and I've seen one more patient with 2 kids having 2 kids. There's one Indian from Kerala who has he met with a C5 C6 and he also has 2 kids. So you should find a good partner, and there are a lot of ways to do things. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what he said is that is very important. Getting kids is you have a lots of medical procedures.
There are
But,
recent advancements
having
today
a
that
person who is supporting, that makes sense. So is Bangalore is specially able to friendly, like whether wheelchairs can go to some places, like I know that you go to movies with a family and you go temples, you go all the places. So is it really wheelchair friendly?
See, certain places are not wheelchair friendly. Certain places are wheelchair friendly.
Okay.
I think there's a person called Pratik who's doing Ramp My City. He's making sure the entire city is, and even entire India is trying to make sure that there's possible ways of doing a ramp. Certain places, yes, the ramps are not there, and certain places, like if you look at 2 years before, I was not able to go to a theater outside because a lot of steps were there. Now today there are multiplexes which has wheelchair accessibility. And if you look at certain places, restaurants that
Can you
have,
name 2, 3 theaters so
I
that
think near
people can go?
I stay in South Bangalore. So if you look at Inox has it, and now the Koramangala, I mean the forum which is there in Kanakpur Road, that also has wheelchair accessibility, and they have a separate person to come down help you out with regards to the accessibility and all those things. So certain places not there. So if I really want to go to certain places to say that restaurants or to the hotels or resort, I used to carry my own ramp. There's a foldable ramp which is there, which I carry to the places which is not wheelchair friendly. Yeah.
And could you tell me if the ramp is user friendly and easy to take with us?
It's very easy to use. It's made up of aluminum, which is available in Bangalore. You can carry it within maybe it's hardly about 5 kgs. So you can carry it in the car, and it has a width of about 10 feet of ramp, which can do about 4 steps to 6 steps, and that's more than enough to go to a restaurant. Certain places, yeah,
Is it cost effective?
yeah. It is. It's about 12,000 rupees in Indian rupee. Yeah.
So we have some warriors in Maximus. We like to call them spinal cord warriors. And there is a patient who said, like he mentioned, he took 2 years to step out of his house and come out in the society. Just even to, he says that he's never been exposed to sunlight for 2 years because it was so difficult to accept the injury. How long did you take to finally accept it? Or do you think it's a constant battle and it is always.
Yeah, see, this is my first interview.
Mhm.
If you look at it, I have from past 4 years, I have not even put a single post of my wheelchair.
Right.
So you look at it as a personal thing.
Mhm.
You still people, even I am not the person who's too much
Social.
yeah, in terms of socially and all those things. It's a constant journey of fighting
Mhm.
to your dreams, what is required. So I still not accepted my situation in terms of as I have to be to even I'm thinking always making sure that maybe in next 1 month I might walk or even in the next 2 years I might walk. So it's a constant journey of working towards your goals in terms of this thing. There are a lot of studies which is happening to spinal cord. I would say when there's a cure for a cancer, there's a cure for other stuffs. There will be a cure for spinal cord. So you should be waiting for an opportunity to grab them. So you should be willing to do this. So I would say is that I've never accepted my situation still now. I know that I'll walk one day. Uh, be having that positive attitude.
That optimism is required to hope for
Yeah, yeah.
a light. Right. Okay. Regardless of physical challenges and limitations, the major setback that we see in them is mentally having to cope with such a big change and fighting the depressive episodes, to be really honest, where they feel like if I'll ever, the hope for miracle, you know, and stuff like that. How do you motivate yourself in times like this? How would you advise someone? How can they uplift themselves?
Yeah, so what every person, whoever is sitting in a wheelchair, can understand the feelings of how they're going through.
Hmm.
Every patient is completely different. Every person who's sitting in a wheelchair is completely different. I would say is that. Second is how do you come back? How do you stop your emotional things? I do cry now also. Certain times. Why me? What did I do? What is the reason why? Maybe God should have given me only amputation. Maybe 1 leg amputation. I still would have been walking with the crutches or something like that. Or why not a T4 or T5 so that I can ride my bike. So those things is always taunt me, saying that I used to always ask my God, saying that why me? What is the reason of doing this to me? Why have I not done good to people? All those things. So that time, yes, you had emotionally for a certain time, but my second thought, I'm a second person where I have a second person say that no, this is not your work. You should bounce back. You have a team who's doing working with you. and you have your goals to achieve. So make sure you have to come back. And I know I'm working on my work. I'm working on my therapy. So one day there's a possibility of coming
It
back.
will happen.
Yeah.
Right. No, you bring this up of there are two voices in your head fighting this battle. What was that moment, or how long did it take for the second voice to actually be like, no, I'm going to take charge, and this is
Yeah,
not.
as I told you, it's only about a matter of 1-2 hours, and maybe in the evenings, maybe when I'm trying to sleep,
Hmm.
I only think about myself, and only in the mornings when I get up, I only think about myself, or what is why me and all those things. So it's a constant 2 hours, like a 2 hours, 2.5 hour. I shift myself, saying that this is not me. I have to forget about this. I have to move on. And when you made sure that your week is completely held up,
Hmm.
and if your all those things is held up, you don't have another thought to think about the others and all those things, so you will make sure to go ahead. Yeah.
So, for all the people that are watching, I would like to tell that Mr. Rajesh is also a co founder for Maximus. I am curious about, you have always had your own business, you've had something going on for you before the injury, after the injury, and you're not from a healthcare background, but you still decided to co found Maximus. How do you think, was it a good business model for you, or is it even profitable? What was your goal with
So I would say,
investing in
I would
Maximus?
say that see, when I met with an accident, I was there for 3 months in Sakra, and after that I moved to where Saddam was working with Dr.
Venkatramana sir.
Venkatramana sir,
Mhm.
and at that time I saw there's a gap in the physiotherapy where I've seen a lot of videos of in US
Mhm.
in terms of therapy, how it's happening and all those things. So we are lagging behind there, and we didn't have that kind of an infrastructure in I would say in Bangalore. Then after 3 months, I felt I should work, concentrate also on my work,
Hmm.
and also I should concentrate on my health. So that is when I used to go to Saddam
Hmm.
at 11 o'clock till 2 o'clock there, and after lunch I used to go to work. I used to do that, and I've been to Hyderabad also to
Mhm.
one of the centers to look at it. And they were also doing. I was seeing almost 20-25 patients who's been treated, and nothing was there like that in Bangalore. So that is one of the reasons why Maximus was found here and in Bangalore. We didn't have a building in my infrastructure,
Mhm.
so I made sure that we should have Maximus or I would say a physiotherapy center in Bangalore, which makes sure that the patient is easily uh,
Accessible to.
accessible to it. And we have patients today who's staying in the above floors,
Yes.
like in the rooms they're staying, and they're coming down only for therapy, or they're staying only for therapy.
Correct.
So there is no place. Even when I went
Hmm.
to Hyderabad, there was no place like that. So if you look at the opportunity, I felt we should do this. We should do this because it is very very important that I see that there's a lot of spinal cord injuries where they're not getting good access towards this thing, and our motive is only to make sure that we treating good people. I
Right.
think you see Maximus. I feel very appreciated
Correct.
the initiative what we have taken both together. There are a lot of patients are very very happy in terms of their therapy and all
The
this.
care that they have been given.
Yeah. So it's not about profitability. It's
Hmm.
all about what are we solving a problem.
Right.
Are we looking at making sure that we're giving a very good healthcare to people. That's the only thing. That's the only motive which I have.
I feel like this is such a selfless, more service act, and we are all grateful that there are so many patients that we have today and that happened because of this thought that you had for the society, which we are grateful for. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Hmm. I wanted to ask you, how did it feel like when the doctor disclosed that,
As I told you, right, my parents were very, very giving me only positive information. The doctor didn't come and tell me that you can't walk and all those things. They were very, very making sure. But I knew after about 6 months to 1 year, the doctor told so many negative things. but they didn't put me that information to me. Maybe I would have broken down there itself. But if you look at my father, mom, my sisters, my relatives who had come down to the site, to the hospital, no one talked about like that you can't walk and all those things. That gave me the boost in terms of making sure that no, I will come back. I can work out. It will take some time. It will come back. Yeah, that's how it is very important.
Something that I see only thing that I've noticed from the time I've spent time with you is that you never gave up. You always had the hope for something better. Even if not achieved, you're always in the process also enjoying it while you hope for something better to happen.
Yeah, true. That what will happen is that this didn't come after the accident. This was there before the thing. So if you look at, I would always say is things take it like a fire. Like if someone has told you that you can't do it, do twice and show them that you can do it.
Right, that's what we've heard about you.
Do twice and show it to them. So someone said, "What? I'm doing a 300 crores project. You're doing a 3 crores project. Uh, what is this?" That is before accident. I was like, okay, you're doing a 300 crore project. I did a 3 crore project. So there's a difference of achieving what is it. But I would always say is that maybe he was not able to complete the project, or I don't know what happened to the project. But I know it's satisfied today that I completed the project, and in the same location, I have my office there.
Right.
So that gave me a boost, doing things one by one. And if you look at people saying that no, you can't do things, like when I met with an accident, no, over, everything is over now. I think his father and son can't able to go back again to work. If you heard all those things, what will happen is that your things will fire up.
You
very
toughen up against
Yeah. So what will happen is that you will make sure that we have to do things.
fight
So
back well.
I fought back. Today we have completed about 3 projects, even within a wheelchair. And this is my largest project which I'm doing here, which is about 10 acres,
What's
800
the name?
homes. It's called Sapphire Springs. We're currently launching this project on 20th of February. We've already picked up some units. So if you look at that, this is, I feel, okay, one milestone I have achieved, but there are a lot of things I have to achieve. So that's the keeping motivation to move forward and giving me that kind of this thing.
The whole interview, now I saw him like
Really,
having that smile, he
yeah,
achieved something.
just
And you said like before you said the person who is doing that 300 CR and you're doing 3 CR. I think now you're also doing around 250 to 300 CR. You're doing that.
So as I told you, work should talk about it,
Yeah.
not money. I never disclose anything about money and all those things. Make sure that work when you start working on your things, everything will follow with you, and do good to people so that you also get good. So that's the motive which I follow.
Nice. So how about your relationship with your friends?
So we are talking about friends. So I have, when I met with an accident, I didn't connect to any people. Didn't want to talk about my accident at all to anyone. And then one fine day on my birthday, my sister called my friends to the one of the restaurants, saying that all 5 people, my school friends, they came into picture. So that was shocking to me. Like those are my friends who've been there till today. So this is what I spent to them. But even today, they call me outside to go to. Usually, about every year we used to go outside. I've still not gone outside with them for past 4 years to 5 years. So still, I need to come back still. So those things are still there. And yes, we meet in Bangalore for a coffee or a restaurant and all those things. Places we meet. Yeah.
Nice.
listening to you, I feel like you've been through so much and come out on the other end more stronger than ever. Your family looks at you today and feels inspired by you. They are people who have lesser limitations, and still you're the inspiring pillar in the house. For people watching, what is one unfiltered advice you would like to give, or just something you would like to share with them?
Yeah. So only thing is that I think every single person has things they want to really do. Like they want to achieve certain things. Yes, some certain people only want to achieve to walk. Yes, one day you will walk. But how about the others? So if you look at if you had other dreams, why don't you concentrate those dreams? How you can able to achieve? So even I'm working on that achievement of how can I drive a bike again? If you look at it, as I told, uh, there is a bike. How can you can able to drive? But you should have fingers to it.
Right.
So I'm looking at options how we can able to have doing without that. So it's a constant journey of learning things, learning, but don't stop. Keep yourself motivated always, and start working on things which you really like. That's the only thing which will start making you go again and again and again.
I've heard a lot about your driving and love for driving. Would you like to take us on a drive?
Sure, why not?
That would
Let's
be
go for a
great.
drive.
We have been hearing a lot and would love to go on a drive with you. See how you manage everything. Okay, so where are we driving today, Rajesh sir?
Today is Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I think Fridays usually I be in Gotigere site. We're going to Gotigere site.
Okay. How often do you drive?
Maybe once in a week or twice in a week.
Okay. Can you tell me about your love for cars and bikes and driving? I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah, from childhood, I was very keen to bikes and cars,
Mm-hmm.
and always wanted to dream about buying cars and dream bikes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how love for cars came into picture.
Okay. Is that why you still try to stay
Yes,
behind the wheel as much as possible?
yes, very much
Okay.
trying to work on things whatever is possible.
Mm-hmm. Was it scary getting behind the wheel the first time after the accident?
Actually, no. Um After the accident, I was planning how to drive a car back.
Mm-hmm.
So I started watching a lot of videos in terms of online.
Mm-hmm.
How can you able to activate with your hands? How can you able to drive
Mm-hmm.
a car?
Mm-hmm.
So one day I saw there was a simple mechanism which you can plug into any cars and you can drive it. So it was only available in US.
Okay.
And then I saw the same mechanism. I told uh, my driver shoe.
Mm-hmm.
He got the same thing done in here.
Mm-hmm.
Then we started driving the cars near the house.
Uh-huh.
So it was just a plug-in and just use a knob of this handle and then start driving for that. So it was pretty easy to
Right.
fit into any of the cars.
Okay.
So that's how I started slowly near my house, and then
Mhm.
later on came outside the city for driving for almost 1-2 hours,
Okay.
usually on Sundays.
Mm-hmm. So the mechanism is you operate the car just through your hands. The accelerator, clutch,
Yes.
everything.
So it's very simple in terms of operating. It's only about push to brake and pull to accelerate.
Okay.
And your another hand has been working in the steering so that you can steer the vehicle
Okay.
accordingly.
Okay. If someone's watching and they want to get back to driving after the injury, how can they access these products?
So this equipment is available only in US. I think it's only about $100 or something,
Okay.
and you can easily get it from there.
Mm-hmm.
And I can share you the link also, which you can easily courier it from US.
Okay. So listening from you, driving is not a limitation just because of the accident or just because leg functions are missing or fingers functions are not up to the mark. People can get back to driving maybe as a source of living also, don't you think?
Yeah, why not? I think if you look at Zomato, they're using wheelchairs to make sure for deliveries, and I think if you look at Uber or Ola, can
Right.
also have an access to drive a disability vehicle. I
Mm-hmm.
think people would be love to join hands there, and so many people want to drive cars, and there's like a dream to drive their cars. Why
Right,
not?
right.
I think it's a good opportunity in terms of uh, as an employment also, and a source of making a source of income through this.
Correct, correct. That's also very inspiring for someone seeing them, make a living out of their life and new reality. It will be inspiring for everyone else also.
True.
If you know someone with a powerful story, drop a comment below. We would love to connect with them and share their journey with you.